Hi there, Keto Peeps. It's Wednesday. That means it's time for What's Up Wednesday. I'm Heather, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of different topics. I tried to go live earlier, so it's 3 o'clock when I go live. So if you were there and you saw me and then saw me kind of sputter out again, I was having internet connection issues, something new and different for me. So today we're going to talk about my blog, what I've got over on the blog today. We're going to talk about kind of the basics for keto life, and we're also going to talk about some exciting news on the Frontline from my website. So let's start off with some basics. Let's start off with the background for keto life. Some of you really have a good idea of what the ketogenic lifestyle is, and some of you are in the fringe and you're just finding me for the first time, and some of you fall somewhere in between there. So I'm just going to give a quick overview. The ketogenic life is really all about high fats. We're talking like 70 to 75% of your diet being really good fats. Things like avocado, olive oil, macadamia nuts, pistachio nuts, things like that. So then we've also got moderate amounts of protein. So we're looking at about 20% of the diet being protein, clean protein. I say quality over quantity any day. So we're talking pasture-raised, grass-fed and finished beef, really good organic. If you can get it from a really good farm, that's awesome too. But just know what you're looking at. All meats and dairy are not created equally. And then 5% carbs. So we're looking at carbs, in the form of like flax, chia, fibrous vegetables, that sort of thing. So that's really kind of the overview of the keto life. And it was created, for those of you that don't know, back in the 1920s for a cure for epilepsy or therapy for epilepsy for children, because there was no drug therapy back then, and they needed a way to be able to control seizures. And what the doctors found was that by limiting carb intake and sugar intake, the body would convert ketones, which are a form of fuel that the body will go to. It's the fat stores when there's no glucose given to the body. So the body is like really efficient and can find a way to still thrive and everything else, and it actually thrives better. And they found that seizures were controlled as long as the glucose stores were controlled. So this was great, and this is starting to make a really big comeback. Because a lot of the drug therapies, after a period of time, start to not be great. They got a lot of side effects, and you start to have to take more because you build up a tolerance if you're having to take these medications. So this is great for that. It's also being used as a treatment in conjunction with other modern day treatments for cancers. Limiting carbs and sugars starves cancer cells. So this is a great way to really help yourself if you're kind of undergoing anything. And I did a live about this last week. I actually did a post about this as well. So that's kind of the overview. Now, a lot of people I know, when I came to the ketogenic lifestyle, I had already parted ways with breads. I had been really gluten-free for probably 3 or 4 years at that point. And I found that the breads and the things that had gluten-free breads, crackers, things like that, had a lot of other additives in them, or they were using things like potato starch, tapioca starch, or rice flours. And I found those things to be something that would cause me issues. Like, I deal with autoimmune stuff. I deal with fibromyalgia, IBS, and I found that those were inflammatory foods for me. So I was already steering clear from them. So the first 3 months of keto life, I was very, very strict. I didn't deviate. I was really good. I didn't have any cravings for breads or, anything, muffins, nothing like that. After about the 3-month mark, I went, okay, so if I'm going to be doing this long term, I need to have something that I can really turn to, and something when I'm needing it or wanting it, I can make easily. That is not going to throw me out of ketosis. That's not going to send me in a tailspin to then start eating crappy everywhere else in my life. So green plantains came on my radar. Green plantains look like bananas. And they're part of the banana family, but they're different. Green plantains have less sugar than regular bananas, and they're much starchier. So they work really well in conjunction with pasture-raised eggs to create bread-like things like pancakes, breads, or even muffins. So this was kind of a game changer for me. Now, I don't suggest you go out and if you're just starting the keto life, don't like go out and get a bunch of green plantains and start baking them thinking that it's a free-for-all. They do have carbs in it. There's a lot of other great stuff in plantains that make them a really good add to a diet if you're needing some extra carbs for the week, or you've been really good and you need something to kind of hit that soft, gooey, carby part of your brain. This is one of those things. It will also help you from maybe going off the rails and going into the completely dark side. This is a great way to kind of help yourself. I have recipes for plantain pancakes and the plantain bread over on my blog today. I also have a video on how to make plantain bread over on the blog today. So definitely check it out. If you're thinking about doing keto, but the thought of giving up bread really just like sends you into a tailspin, try this first. Before you even go out and commit to doing anything, try this first. You might just find that it will be okay, that you'll be like, all right, if this is what I can have later, I'm good. But a lot of times I know the thought of never having anything ever again will keep me from doing anything. And I find a lot of my clients feel the same way. So this would be a great way for you to introduce yourself into alternative eating, different recipes, and kind of really flexing those kitchen skills a little bit. And it's not hard, really not hard. We're talking 3 ingredients for the bread and a handful of ingredients for the pancakes. Awesome. The one thing I do like about the plantain pancakes is that 2 plantains will make about 20 pancakes, which is great to share for the family. So you're not going to overdo it. You'll probably be eating about 20 total carbs. Some of those are even fiber. So probably about 15 to 16 net carbs if you're, limiting to 3 or 4 pancakes and sharing with others. So this would be a great little treat for yourself, and still being able to stay under that 30 level if you're not doing too many other carbs anywhere else. So try it. Get out there and try it. The other thing that I wanted to share is I finally have it up on my website at itstartswiththefood.com under the Work With Me page. I have made the change over to the membership. So now I'm offering 3 and 6 month packages. And with those 3 and 6 month packages, you get 30-minute calls with me. So the 3-month package, you get 3 30-minute calls with me. And those calls will also include follow-up emails with an easy-to-follow, step-by-step action plan. So whatever we've talked about, you then are able to reference back so you can be fully involved in the conversation with me and not worry that you're missing something. You get my books. You get my Ketogenic Solutions, which is the everything guide to starting keto. My Kicking It in the Kitchen, which is my recipe book. You'll get my Feed Your Soul food journal. You get the keto travel guide. You'll be part of the Facebook group. It starts with the Food Success Group, which is a totally private page. It's different from this public page. And I'm on there every day, and you've got support from the other people in this lifestyle, anywhere that people that have been doing this for 2 years with me, or the newbies, everybody in between, and they all have something to share and say. It's really great the way that they're supportive of each other, and we're all supportive of each other. I'm on there daily. If you've got a question, you can post it there, and you'll get responses from others as well as me. You'll also get unlimited email access with me. So this is a really great way to dip your toe in. If you're not ready to go on full 6-month commitment, I get it. Some people are just not that willing to commit that much, and I get it. C word can be pretty scary. 3 months is, it'll be gone before you even know it. You'll just be starting, you'll be in it, and you'll really, really get your toes wet with that. The 6-month package is all of that, plus even more additional support, more phone calls with me. And really the 6-month package is, you get a discount with that, but you also really are committing to a lifestyle of, I'm going to try this, really give this my all, and really give my body time to adjust, and give yourself time to really succeed with that. And 6 months is absolutely doable. I lost all of my weight my 50 pounds in 8 months. So 6 months to me, it flew by, and I know you'll feel the same way too. So those are 2 options for you. I hope you take advantage of it. And in the meantime, I'll be back next week with even more great stuff from What's Up Wednesday. And if you have anything that you'd like to talk about, any questions or concerns, hit me up here, private message me, email me, whatever, I'm here. Take care. See you next Wednesday.